yeah, let's kick it off. And then if anyone wants to join in, they can just catch us in the middle. We'll be sure to provide a recap of the AMA, so we'll make sure you guys don't miss out. Yeah, so for the month of June, a lot of exciting developments. I think Aaron might have a few words for that. Aaron, do you want to take it away?
Yeah, sure. So let me start off with the KuCoin ST tagging at the moment. Sorry, one sec. Am I echoing? Oh, it's better now. Yeah, so we have been in a couple of conversations with KuCoin about this ST tagging, and they've basically, similar to the MEXC issue, they have been asking us to increase the volume on the exchange. That's it. The KuCoin team is being extremely unhelpful at the moment. They've been telling us, oh, yes, we want to help you. We really support your project, but we can't do anything to help. So that's it. We have been working quite closely with the market makers over the last week or so, trying to work out strategies to boost the marketing and increase the volume. All that's going to get kickstarted next week already. So you probably see some increase and uptick in the volumes on the exchanges next week. Jean will probably share with you a little bit later on in this AMA about the marketing activities that we are planning for the next 1 month. And a lot of this is really to start building up the traction and start building up the users on IX Swap to get ready for the launchpad. So that's on the ST tagging on KuCoin. There were a couple of questions on DWF Labs. I think this is a while ago. So DWF Labs actually invested into IX Swap last year. They're also our market makers on IX Swap. So we work quite closely with them for any sort of market making activities on KuCoin right now. And in terms of, I guess, other investments that the platform is receiving, we have been, we've had an ongoing fundraising round since the, I guess, first quarter of this year. It looks like we are getting quite a fair bit of traction on this right now. I know that there's been some discussion on the Korean market as well, and we do have, it looks like there are a few investors that have already committed for the round, so that's quite positive. We can't share the names, but once the round is over, we'll definitely release all the information. So that's quite positive for IX Swap. It does seem like the STO activity across the markets has been picking up quite significantly, and I do feel that's been a function of Korea and Hong Kong opening up again. So we're seeing a lot of competition right now between the different jurisdictions, and we're seeing a lot more STOs and activity being launched as well from these jurisdictions. So moving on to, I guess, this is probably from Jojo, but asking when are we going into the Korean market? I think once we find a Korean partner that we can partner up with to cross-distribute into the space, then that will be the time that we will go into the market. We have been speaking to quite a few different Korean groups already. But the major roadblock for us right now with some of these Korean groups is really the integration. A lot of them are built on either private chains or they're built on some other blockchain that Fireblocks is not even connected to right now. So a lot of these require some sort of technical integration where we need to build a bridge or we need to build something else that we can actually link up the exchanges. So until that gets done, or we link up with a group that is on an EVM, I think the Korean developments will be dependent on, I guess, number one, the investor partnerships that we create through this current funding round, and whether they have any portfolio companies that we might potentially work with in Korea itself. And really, whether a lot of these Korean companies would want to move onto an EVM chain. We did suggest to a lot of these guys that, because you guys want to work with offshore partners, they have to move onto public chains to make it interoperable for all of us. But I think they're still getting started. I mean, Korea only started launching STOs again not very long ago. I think it's been less than 6 months now. So that's about it on Korea. What else do we have here? So with the bug bounty program right now, there've been a couple of questions on it. We have actually found some interesting bugs on the platform, and thanks for everyone that participated in this. Right after this, we're actually ending this today, and I'm not sure, Jean's going to be sending out a marketing post where we actually just completed our smart contract audits as well with our auditors. So that announcement's going out tonight, and we're going to be starting the KYC bounty next week already. So there's going to be quite a significant amount of marketing activity that's going to be going around this. And we would appreciate any sort of help that the community can provide. If you guys could help us show our platform, help us push out the KYC bounties as well, that will be much appreciated. But maybe let me pass it on to Jean for now, to just run through quickly the marketing plan for the next 1 month that we're going to be putting out for the Launchpad.
Yeah, thanks for that, Aaron. So I think you mentioned that we've been planning a lot of marketing activities. Yes, so we'll start kicking that off by next week. And one of the things that we're starting first is a KYC bounty. And the great thing about that is we're hoping to get more drive up more signups on our platform, get more people to get KYC'd. And the cool part about that is we're also working with a lot of influencers. So we've been building these partnerships in the background. And we just can't wait to announce that with you guys. This has been something that's been planning for a long time. You know, it's been a long journey, and we're finally here at the forefront. We're finally launching the Launchpad. So let's get the community excited. Let's get the word out there. Following the KYC bounty, we'll have more activities coming up. So if you have anyone that you want to refer, we're actually going to have a referral incentive program. So for those that have friends that might be interested, or you just want to get their rewards, please do so. And make sure to check out the upcoming announcements on that. Regarding marketing, yeah, so there's still a lot of planning been going around, and we just can't wait to kind of put that into inception. What else is there? Let's see. But yeah, so stay tuned for the coming weeks. Make sure to like and retweet and just really get the word out there. You know, the community we really have a strong community here. I think we have such a loyal base that, you know, we've ridden through bear markets and whatnot. So it's just a matter of just coming together and just really pushing this out just to get IXS out there. I think it's all for me, Aaron. Yeah.
Thanks, Jin. Yeah, so something else that I mentioned, I guess, in the previous AMA, and I guess it's the way that we want to start, well, marketing IXS and not just, you know, airdropping tokens to everyone. Is really starting to get the team and the company involved with actually burning some of our own treasuries as well, alongside the community. So I think a big part of the KYC push as well, I think we're burning a couple 100,000 IXS tokens if we hit 200 signups, right? Which shouldn't be too much and too hard to hit, with everyone sort of contributing to that. So we want to start creating more incentivized pushes for IXSwap for the whole community, and, well, activities for the whole community to participate in together for the betterment of the whole project itself. So that's really, I guess, one of the initiatives that we're going to be pushing quite hard. We are also going back to tap onto all the influencers that have been supporting us since the start. There were quite a lot of them that were very active, I think, early on in the project. And I think right now we probably have about 10 of them that are still following the project, and they occasionally sort of retweet stuff for us. So we started activating them for the Launchpad push. So we expect to see quite a fair bit of marketing activity going on fairly soon. And on top of that, I think we've actually connected with some trading groups as well, and started sharing the narrative of where IXSwap is going to right now. So, I mean, it's taken us quite a while to get our licenses and to get where we are right now. And now really that we've gotten our licenses, we are gearing up to get the Launchpad up and ready to get more listings and to get more secondary listings as well on the platform. And what's interesting for all the holders of IXS as well through the increased activity on IXS is that we will be starting to burn more money, right, on the platform. The two first Launchpad clients have already been signed up. That's been confirmed. They paid the money, so a portion of that's also going to be used to burn IXS tokens. Activities going on IXSwap in the next 1 month. We are looking to launch a Launchpad for Torex likely in the last week of July for now. So we're going to have 2 weeks of KYC bounty, and then we'll have 1 week of remediations, and then the rest of it is just going to be pushing Torex marketing out. And hopefully that deal closes within less than a week, right? And then we'll start marketing for Praxio right after that. So the idea right now for the Launchpad is we're likely going to be launching at least 1 project a month, but not more than 2 for now. Reason for that is that I really want every single deal that comes to the platform to be oversubscribed. I don't really want any deals to have leftover allocation, and I don't want to bring on any deals that aren't great either. So yeah, so lots of activity. lots of stuff for us to do on our side to actually get prepped for the launchpad. So it would be great if the community puts in all the effort to help us push the KYC signups to the platform, and get the word out, right? Because IXSwaps, well, I think this is the first in the world that's getting built again, the first launchpad for security tokens on DeFi. So lots of exciting stuff going on, and looking forward to, I guess, the team helping out as well.
Yeah, and I agree. And I think IXSwap has never been in a better position to be where we are at now, also like legally, and with all the news, surrounding tokenization, it's just a matter of just coming together and just really putting it out there. So I guess that's it for the updates. Should we move on to the questions, Aaron?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so the first one is the team planning to actively advance? Oh, I think we already answered that. So curious about when marketing, right, plans to support other stable coins in other countries.
Yeah, so there will be a pair that's coming on in about 3 months' time, if I'm not wrong. And that's going to be a European pairing. It's actually sort of like a stable deposit coming out for one of these European STOs. I think the deal size is about 50 million. And that's getting listed on IXSwap through one of our SaaS partners. So just to update on the SaaS as well, we're actually, we've just started looking at integrating with our first partners right now. It got delayed for quite a long time because we pushed it back because we just didn't have the capacity on IXSwap, but it's finally getting built now, and they will be listing those assets on IXSwap. So that's going to be paired with, I think it's Euro stablecoin, but I can't remember which particular one. But that particular Euro stablecoin has IBAN access as well, meaning that you could actually send it from your bank account if you're a European, and you can send it directly as a stablecoin into a crypto wallet. So that's quite interesting.
Okay, cool. And then I guess the next question would be, could we eventually lock IXS to mint synthetic assets?
So I'm assuming this is something similar to Mirror Protocol and how they used to mint synthetic assets to trade on their platform. This is a bit of a double-edged sword. The problem with having having an asset that you can leverage against could cause multiple problems, especially if the asset is not stable. Given that how IXS is extremely volatile right now, I don't see this being done today. But eventually, if it does become more of a stable coin, then it is definitely possible. I give you guys one example of how this kind of screwed up for another platform. If you guys are familiar with Mango Protocol allowed their users to take a loan, allowed their users to collateralize their own assets to either borrow or to it was mainly borrowing on their platform. So what someone did was that they essentially used a flash loan. They pumped the token price up first because it was so illiquid, took a flash loan and bought a whole bunch of assets and then dumped on the whole exchange. I think the exchange lost like $20, I think, in one single transaction. So ideally, it's a good idea, but we need the coin to be a lot more stable for us to be able to do this. So even if we do that, and I think we did explore this when we were looking at the perpetuals as well, was to use a stablecoin instead of using IXS for now. And then once the IXS token gets a lot more stable, we can bring that into circulation as well.
Great. Yeah, so moving forward, will we see other versions of wrapped IXS? And if so, are there plans to partner with a cross-chain bridge, or was the team planning on developing its own cross-chain bridge?
I think at one point we did intend to build our own cross-chain bridge because of the obvious problems that there are in the market with bridges and other people's smart contracts. But in today's environment, I don't see us moving across to another chain right now, right? I mean, if we have more users and we have more demand from some of the chain, then maybe. But I think the way that we're going to go about it is that we would follow the demand. If there is excessive demand or we see STOs being developed on a different chain, then it would make more sense for us to actually move into that chain and maybe have wrapped IXS in that chain as well.
Okay, cool. We've got two last questions here. So the first one is, can we add leverage trading of IXS on KuCoin?
I've never actually asked KuCoin this, whether we can add leverage trading. I'm sure it's possible. It's just at a cost of how much we want to pay KuCoin to do that. Yeah, I mean, it is possible, but there is, again, having a leverage trading on any sort of token is also a double-edged sword, right? So if you guys were around in 2017 when Bitcoin crashed, that was basically when they allowed shorting in the market, which was the CBOE futures, I think, at that year. So it is a double-edged sword. It opens the market to allow people to actually short your token, which I don't think that we want that to happen today. Maybe in a year's time, once everything's a lot more firm and the platform's running, we have heaps of launchpad projects going on, we're burning heaps of IXS, it's a lot more stable, then that would make more sense then. Swap now, it's taken us a while to get here. It's taken us very long to get here in crypto years. But exciting times, it does really look like everything is coming together now. A lot of the business is coming through. We're signing a whole bunch of contracts on the business side. So we are seeing a lot of activity going on, and we really want to make sure that this push out for the launchpad does extremely well and make IXS a success for everyone here.
Agreed. Yeah, and if anyone's been following us this far, we've seen more of IXS, Julian Everywhere podcast, you name it. And I guess just to top it all off, we wouldn't be here without you guys. So the journey starts now, actually, and we just can't wait to kick it off.